The devil, often referred to as Satan or Lucifer, is a spiritual entity known for his opposition to God and his followers, particularly Christians. Throughout history, the devil has been depicted as a malevolent being who seeks to destroy and deceive humanity, and Christians are often at the forefront of his attacks. The question remains, why does the devil target Christians in an attempt to make them satanic? Firstly, it is essential to understand the nature of the devil's rebellion against God. According to biblical accounts, Satan was once a high-ranking angel in heaven who became proud and sought to overthrow God. However, his rebellion was thwarted, and he was cast out of heaven along with a third of the angels who followed him. Since then, the devil has been seeking revenge against God by targeting his most precious creation, humanity. Christians, in particular, are a thorn in the devil's side because they have accepted God's gift of salvation through Jesus Christ, which the devil sees as a direct threat to his own power and influence. The devil's primary tactic in targeting Christians is to deceive and manipulate them into turning away from God. He uses various methods, including temptation, lies, and half-truths to lead Christians astray. For instance, he may tempt a Christian to engage in sinful behaviors such as greed, lust, or pride, which can lead to spiritual stagnation and eventual abandonment of their faith. Alternatively, he may use lying spirits to spread false teachings and doctrines that contradict biblical truths, causing confusion and division among Christians. By doing so, the devil aims to undermine the authority of God's word and weaken the faith of Christians. Another reason why the devil targets Christians is to prevent them from fulfilling their purpose on earth. As followers of Jesus Christ, Christians are called to spread the gospel, disciple others, and demonstrate God's love to a broken world. By hindering Christians from carrying out their mission, the devil seeks to limit the spread of God's kingdom and maintain his own influence over humanity. Furthermore, when Christians are ineffective or compromised, the devil can point to them as examples of failed or hypocritical faith, thereby discouraging others from embracing Christianity. The devil's ultimate goal in targeting Christians is to make them satanic, meaning to turn them into agents of darkness who serve his purposes. He achieves this by infiltrating their minds with negative thoughts, emotions, and attitudes, which can lead to a range of destructive behaviors. For example, a Christian who is consumed by bitterness, anger, or unforgiveness can become a conduit for the devil's work, causing harm to others and damaging their own relationships with God and others. By transforming Christians into satanic agents, the devil can use them to perpetuate evil, chaos, and destruction in the world. However, it is crucial to note that the devil's schemes are not limited to individual Christians. He also targets the church as a whole, seeking to divide and conquer through various means such as doctrinal disputes, leadership conflicts, and moral scandals. By weakening the church, the devil aims to discredit Christianity and undermine its impact on society. Nevertheless, despite the devil's relentless attacks, the church remains a powerful force for good, and Christians can overcome his schemes by relying on God's power, wisdom, and protection. In conclusion, the devil targets Christians in attempts to make them satanic because they pose a significant threat to his power and influence. Through deception, manipulation, and temptation, the devil seeks to lead Christians astray, undermine their faith, and prevent them from fulfilling their purpose on earth. However, by understanding the devil's tactics and relying on God's power, Christians can resist his attacks and remain faithful to their Lord. Ultimately, the battle between good and evil is ongoing, and Christians must remain vigilant, armed with the armor of God, to overcome the devil's schemes and emerge victorious.